Okay, welcome guys to the next Blender tutorial. So what we're going to be doing today is making some lighting. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this default cube, and I'm going to go ahead and get a plane in here. Let's go ahead and scale that up. And if you haven't already, change your EV to cycles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of the main light within here because we're going to be using emissions for this piece. Let's go ahead and add a UV sphere. Press G, bring it up. Let's go side view for number pad 1. And what I'm going to do, let's go to edit mode. You want to go for the toggle X-ray. Just go ahead and select anything at the bottom and then delete and faces. So let's press A. You want to go E for extrude, leave it where it is. Scale in. And this will be the interior of your lamp. So sometimes you might want to just scale this down a little bit, just to get that a little bit more even. Just as such. Okay, so at this point right here, we want to right click shade smooth, and I'm going to do the material as a gold. Let's kind of do this. You can do Principled BSDF or you can do general metallic. I'm just going to do Principled BSDF today, so let's get that metallic in there. So now we've got this nice little metallic. We're going to go ahead and add, let's go with Icosphere. Press G, bring it up. Let's scale this down just ever so slightly. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take half of the Icosphere as well. So let's go to edit mode. You want to go with X-ray. Still have that on. Take these top faces, delete the faces. Try and get these faces right here. Delete those. I'm going to go ahead to object mode again. Make sure that it fits up against the side of this. Let's go to edit mode. And we're going to go A again to select everything. E for extrude. And then S to scale in. So this is going to be a little bit of glass at the bottom here. So, we'll put this together in a moment, but first we need to make this glass. So, switch out your Principled BSDF and go to Glass BSDF. Change down the roughness. So now we should have nice glass, nice bronze kind of colour. And we're going to go ahead and add another Icosphere. Press G, bring it up. You want to go ahead and squish this down, so scale it down and then squish it upwards. So this is going to be the inner bulb for the piece. Shade smooth. We're going to go new. Switch out the Principled BSDF to emission. And you want to turn the strength up quite considerably because it's going through glass. So let's go G. Bring this up onto the inside. So you should have the X-ray mode on here. You can see you bringing this up into the inside. Maybe about halfway, something like that. Go ahead and place your glass up against the bottom. You might want to scale this out if it's just a little too small there. Okay, so now we have this nice little light fitting that's going on. Let's add a cylinder. Press G, bring this up. And essentially what we're going to do, I'm going to make the fitting on top. So let's go scale this down considerably. And you want it to sit just on top of the dome right there. Right click shade smooth. Let's go to edit mode. Take the top face right here. Select faces beforehand. Take the top face right here. Let's go G, bring this down. 1 for side view. Scale it in. E for extrude. Oops. E for extrude. Scale in. And then just go E for extrude all the way up. And that's just going to be what it hangs off of. So now, hopefully, this works. We have the emission on the inside. We have this on the outside. Let's change that material to a black. And then if we render, you can now see that we've got this little light underneath that's coming through. I would generally recommend these as a cluster light, so like one light here, one light here, one light here, you know. We can go ahead and take that icosphere. I think it's this one. Sorry, that's icosphere 1. You want icosphere 001. You can turn up the strength to the emission. If it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. So you see there's a lot more lights coming through. I would say that these will be kind of like a side piece. Like side lighting, kind of like, you know, you just kind of had a light in the background. So you can see how much it makes with all these little dots. That's where the light is going to reach. And then obviously it will be stronger in the middle, and then as it comes out, it will start to fade. So I think the best thing for this, let's go ahead and duplicate this a couple of times. So we'll have one here, maybe pull that up, take these two, make another two just here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like a bar setting and you've got multiple kind of lights, kind of like an ambience kind of thing. Let's go ahead and just place these here. So maybe these are going across a bar or something, just as a feature. And it kind of takes its time with the lighting as well, but you can see how this is working. So, what I would suggest as well, let's get a ceiling in here. Oh, and it decides to play ball. Shift D. Place the ceiling in here, so these should emit to the ceiling as well. I'm just going to go ahead and just scale this out, and then scale this one outwards as well. Let's go ahead and get the camera in here actually. So let's go with the camera right here. View, align active camera to view. Take the camera right here, G, bring it back. You kind of bring that back a little bit more. And then I'm just going to press R for rotate. Let's try and get it just about there, I would say. Okay, so let's go on the camera settings and go to depth of field. Select the little eyedropper and focus on object. We could go for, we want some foreground action here, so maybe we could go for this one. Turn your f-stop down. You'll notice that it blurs the ones in the front and blurs the ones in the back, so when we render, the lighting is going to be the last thing to come in, by the way. So don't be disheartened if it's like really dark. Just be patient with it. One thing that I would also say is, if it is too dark, just turn up the lights a little bit. But the background, if you go to the world settings right here, you've got the colour of the background, which is currently grey. If you change this to black. Come on. It should look a lot better. There you go. See, you've got the black there. So it should pull the light in a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and just select, let's go with materials just for 2 seconds. I take that light. And because they're on the same emission, they should all light up at the same time. So let's just go ahead and just turn those up. I think it's all trial and error with this particular light. But you should get it in the end. You see how all the light's coming in right here? And the light is the last thing to load. So it's got to figure out the metals, it's got to figure out all the reflections and stuff like that, and it's got to figure out the glass as well. So, yeah. I guess you guys will see this in the thumbnail more than anything. You can kind of see it going stage by stage. I think you can amend this. You can kind of run like a denoiser if you wanted to see where the light was really going to go. But yeah, I just wait on the computer, just see what the computer's doing. Just let the computer do all the maths. Just let it figure it out. You see, this is the denoiser that I have. You just need to let the computer figure out all the maths. It should be cool. Yeah, so if you guys like this tutorial, like, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.